All right, boom. Welcome, people, man, them, and gal, them. I wanted to demonstrate a table slash preset slash template type thing that I've been using to get really detailed swing and timing on the M8 that isn't normally possible with the effects that's in there. I'm going to run through how it works, how to use it, blah, blah. It's super simple. It's nothing special. I'm just using the tools that the M8 already has in there. And I'll put the bundle in the M8 Discord, and I'll put it in a couple other Discords. I'll put a link in the comments. You can download it. It'll be accessible. You get me? You'll be able to find it. It's basically a template that lets you use the table effects that are in the M8 to get really detailed nudge micro timing on the M8, which is important. So who is it for? Why might you want to use it? Things like that. So the M8 is fire. Everybody knows, we know it. If you got one, you know it's good. You can't shut up about it, right? It's one of the most well-supported pieces of music hardware. The community, all the man, them and gal, them are doing their thing. You can make any kind of anything on the M8. You can make any kind of music, any kind of, it don't have to be even just music. You could flip and record a podcast on the M8. Don't record a podcast on the M8, but you could if you wanted to. It can make anything, right? But its lineage is LSDJ. So that being said, it is crafted with a certain type of music in mind, right? A certain type of genre in mind. It's not a bad thing. That's just the nature of it's how it's made and the nature of trackers and what they lend themselves for. The beautiful thing about the M8 is it's constructed in a way so that it lets you come up with your own solutions, basically. It gives you enough freedom to figure out creative solutions to problems that you might have. Not problems, but, hurdles. So if there's something that M8 doesn't do innately, like it doesn't automatically do, you can make a solution or find a solution. A good example is like time stretch, right? There's no time stretch feature / button in the M8, but you can make it using LFOs or, any of a bunch of different ways you can do it using tables, blah, blah, blah. I think for me, that's one of the most powerful things about the M8 is that it doesn't limit, your problem solving. So shout outs to man like Tim because he did his thing. That being said, right, made with a certain genre in mind. With the type of music that I make and some of the man them who are getting M8s and more people are getting into timing, micro timing, swing, nudge, whatever you want to call it. These are all super important things to get the grooves that we like and, the type of sounds that we like. Now, there is a effect in the M8 that kind of takes this into consideration. It's the delay effect. It's good. It's perfect. Like, it's fine. It just operates on a tick-based system. So ticks is basically how the M8, it's the unit of measurement in the M8, basically, right? So each of these rows is 6 ticks long. That's just the arbitrary thing in the M8, right? It's not any kind of specific timing-based thing, as far as I know. And it's BPM dependent, I think. So, yeah, you only get 6, well, technically 5, the resolution of 5 for nudging, right? You can, in combination with the groove tables, you can like get stuff swinging, you can like nudge stuff and get stuff to sit right. But for the type of music that, the type of groove and the type of swing that I might need and other people might need, it doesn't offer enough granular detail to get like really detailed, intricate feel, like drum feel. Again, M8, it lets you solve your own problems. And this is kind of where the tables come in. So basically what the template is, let me load it up actually. It's called Tick Swing, right? So it's an empty template, empty bundle. You can just download it and load the bundle. So let's go in here. Excuse me. Let's go to the tables. Excuse me. So tables, where is it? A0 to CF. It's basically, what's that? 48 48 different levels of nudge and swing, right? You can only nudge one way. You can only nudge to the right, basically. The resolution goes from 6 or 5 ticks to 48. So you can get super detailed, like swing and nudge, like that you wouldn't normally able to get on with the delay effect, right? The delay you get 6, technically 5, because the 6th step is just the next grid, the next row. You get 5, right? And again, that's not a problem. It's not a failing of the M8. It's just how it was constructed. It's tight that we have this in the first place. But what the table does is it allows you to get really detailed and intricate swing. The trade-off is that you lose how much is it? 48 tables. But like there's 256 tables in here. I doubt people are using flipping, however many tables. You get bare tables in there. So just it's free roles or free groups that you're sacrificing, right? But for the type of music that I make and the type of music that the people that make the type of music that I might make, they're not using tables in the first place. For sample-based stuff, rarely are we running into tables for anything other than automation. In my use case, right? And again, this isn't like a failing of the M8, right? It's not an MPC. It's not supposed to have fucking 600 resolution swing, right? It's a TC with a 1 gigabyte RAM in there. It's not supposed to do that, right? But again, it's made in such a way that you can solve your problems if you got a little bit of patience and a little bit of time. Fortunately, this don't take too much time, right? So how it works basically, let me just demonstrate. Let's go to let's go to a BPM where you can really feel the swing on that. Let's go 92, right? Forgive me while I get this set up. Hold on. We're doing it live. Man's not no YouTuber and that. So let's run. I'll tell you what I'll do. I should let's do this. All right, perfect. So that's the kick. Wait, why am I on 7C? All right, hold on. Let me let's fix this. There we go. Let's just make some quick tweaks. So I'm just gonna put down some basic drums, and I'm gonna demonstrate it on the hat so you can really see what's going on. Hold on, give me a second. All right, so let's put a snare here. Alright, fuck it. It don't gotta be fucking, you get me? Just to demonstrate, right? Alright. So that's track, we just got a kick and a snare, right? I'm gonna go to track 2. I know I'm doing this funky, but just don't mind how I'm doing it. Track 2, I'm gonna put a hi-hat down, right? Where's the hats in here? All right, perfect, right? This sounds whack to me. This sounds dead, lifeless, dog shit, right? Now with the delay effects, you can push stuff. So I'm gonna push the hat, right? Let's put it on 1 even. That's cool. It's better. It's getting there, right? Let's change it a bit. right? Let's add a little bit of even that. It's a little too, hold on. I know that clicking is loud. Sorry, I got different switches in there. All right, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm just making a simple drum, whatever, and I'm trying to use the delay effects to nudge, just to show you, like, you know, what you can do already in AMA, right? Let's change them hats, right? Right? I hate this. I hate this. It's swing, yeah, technically, and you can do all kinds of tricks with velocity to get it to, you know, to get where you need to go, and it's fine. Like for certain stuff, certain songs, it's like perfect. This is all you need, but it's like you want a little bit of a variance. That's not so samey. You know what I mean? Just a bit more. Yeah, let's do this. Right, that's about as good as you can get it, right? I mean, it's moving. You get me? It's doing what it needs to do, but it ain't. You get me? If you know, you know. Like it ain't. You know. So basically, with the table, with the preset that I've got here, what you do, instead of using the delay effect, you point the sample to a specific table. Again, tables A0 through CF. So A to C, basically, think of it that way. And each of these tables is going to give you a different increment of nudge with a resolution of 48. So it's much more. So let's take the first, let's delete all this, right? Let's take the first hat, right? Now how am I gonna demonstrate this? That's perfect. Let's do that. So I'm gonna set one with the Dell effect, and then I'm gonna set one with my thing on there, right? The second one you hear is gonna be the groove table, or whatever you want to call it, the swing table. So I'm gonna go to the second one. I'm gonna point that at A1, right? And let's see this one. That is from 0. It's like on the beat and like nudged, right? There's no in between, which I don't know. Maybe I'm being picky, but it's just. Now with this one, you get, this is on the beat. A0 is like straight on the beat on the grid. You get a little bit more off, and then 3 or 4 is kind of roundabout where you would get like 1. I'm not a fucking mathematician. I don't know the division rates of what it breaks down to in terms of 6 divided by 48. I don't care to do that math, but I know the more you move it up, you're just gonna continue to get different levels of nudge. You see how it's getting super delayed now? If we move it up by 10, it's super late, right? And we tame it down a little bit. All I'm doing is setting a table. What the table's doing, for anyone who gives a shit how this works, because you don't really need to know how it works, but you know, it's just, if you want to see, all I'm doing is I'm not doing nothing new really. I'm just using the tools that are in the M8. I'm setting a tick rate of each table to FF, which is 200 hertz, right? The fastest increment of movement you can get in the M8, I think. It's way more detailed than 6 ticks. It's faster. It's not tick based, it's time based. So you set the table to the fastest tick available, and then for each of these tables I just have a delay set at a different number, and then the re-trigger is following it. So it's basically, the higher you get, it's from A to C. The reason why I did A to C is just arbitrary, essentially. I know some people use the F tables for like utility stuff, and the reason why I didn't set them at like 10 or 0 is just because I know we use tables, right? So I didn't want them to be here and you start worrying about bumping into the tables or anything like that. I just set them A to C just as an arbitrary kind of out of the way thing. Yeah, so basically the higher increment of table, the more delay there is at 200 hertz, which is a way faster increment of delay. It's more granular, basically, if you give a shit how it works. So that's essentially how it works. So hold on. Let's get rid of this one. Let's put that there. You can get like super detailed. So it works with the kick too. So I mean, this is the most swung you can get. Like the kick, you can really get swung. You can really nudge it. So let's do, okay, you can get stupid with it. That already sounds better to me. Yeah, listen to that last kick, right? 5 is the most swung you can get it. That's unusable. 4 is like, it's not right? But if we use the table, let's pull it back a bit, and then we can really fine tune it. That's getting there. There we go. You get me? So, and we can also do shit like, hold on. There we go. Oops, wrong one. And then you can go back into the hats and really like get intricate with it. In a way that's a little bit more detailed than what you can get with the delay effect. That's basically it, what this does. I should have kept the other one so you could hear the difference, but it's just a way more intricate, way more detailed way to let's do with the snare too. Push that snare just a, whoops. So basically you use the table like a delay effect. Instead of going to your effects and hitting delay, you just go over to tables A through C and pick which one. A0 being no nudge, and then CF being like super nudged. So I'll demonstrate CF. Silly, right? It's dumb, but you know, you can get stupid with it. And that's kind of the point. With the delay effects, you can only go so far. There's no, you know, ugh, that's a bit bad, right? And we can really if you start getting where's that how over here? You're too nudged. You're too swung too. You get me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really get, you get me? If you get me, you get me. You know what I'm saying? You get me? You can just get a little bit more flexible with how you do your grooves, how you do your drums, you know, and then you couple that with, where am I going? Turn that on. Put a bit of reverb on the snare. Turn the decay down. Turn the EQ on that down. You get me? You can get shit that, you know, the delay effect is cool, but like, where's that snare? There you are. Sorry, I'm getting a bit too into it. But you get what I'm saying. That's the point is, you get what I'm saying. You can get a little bit more detail than you normally would. This solves a problem for me. If it solves a problem for anyone else, hopefully it's useful. I'll drop it wherever you can find it in the Discord, or I'll put a link down there. If you know anyone that uses an M8 that it might help, pass it around. I'm not greedy with this thing. I'm not. If anyone's charging you for it, shoot them. It's just a little thing. Again, I'm not inventing the wheel. I'm fucking just using the tools that I had available in the M8 itself. I was just fucking around with it and figured out, like, because you can't. What I was trying to do is put the delay here, right? And then instead of modulating the table, I was trying to point it to change the table speed, and then you would get a different level of swing based on the table speed, right? But for some reason it doesn't delay here. If anyone knows a better way to do it, again, this is just how I figured it works for me. If you know a better way to do it, you know, let man know, and put a comment down there, car. You know, I'm not the best at this shit, but yeah. So that's basically it. I have I made one specifically to demonstrate And what you would do, you would basically, how you would use this template is you could save it as a, because now we can save templates in the settings. Where is it? Song template, you could just save it. Alternatively, you could just download the bundle, put it on your M8, load the bundle whenever you want to use it as like a project because it's empty, and then just change the song title. Yeah, so let's just call it video, right? Video, right? And then you save it to somewhere else, and then that's how you could use it, right? You can use it however you want. I have one in here just to kind of demonstrate. Hold on. To demonstrate like what you know, what you can, how you can use it in a real application. Now it's silly, it's dumb, and I know it's the corniest, you know, that stupid fucking, that shit. It's dumb, it's corny, it's a bit cheesy, but like, again, it's demonstrating. All I'm doing here, I'm just using the swing on there at different intervals. You could not get that level of detail with the delay effect. As far as I know, again, somebody might have the tech that's better than me. So if you got the tech, post the tech in it. But this is just me sharing tech. Yeah, basically, that's basically it. Yeah, that's it. Basically, that's all I have to. That's all I have to say. Yeah, just download the thing, find it where you can find it. If you're interested in the M8, if you're watching this video and you don't have one, you're probably looking to buy one at the next pre-order. Get one. If it don't, you know, make you say you can't pay rent, just get one. They're accessible, so if you don't want to drop the P's to get one because they're not cheap, just get a teensy. You can get one. You can get it on. You run it on your computer for like fucking like £20 tops. Like what? 50 Canadian. It's accessible if you're interested in it. So yeah, run it. And again, if any of the man them have better solutions to doing this, let me know on it, car. I'm not, you know, this is just the way I come up with to do it. But yeah, basically that's it. So you get me. Big ups man like Tim and that for flipping masterminding these things and making them accessible for people to get and use. Again, it's like it's just so well supported. The man them who use them are always sharing tech. Yeah, and you can run them on like fucking them Ambernic, what they call them, fucking handheld. You can run them on anything basically. Again, it's a teensy with 1 gig of RAM, and he's pushing this shit so you can do some mad shit. Yeah, basically that's it. So run it, see how you get on with the swing and that. Yeah, you get me, one of them ones. So let me turn this up. Yeah, anyway, yeah, you get me. So download the thing, I'll put it somewhere, put it on your MA, run a bundle, set the tables to the effects, you get me, and see what going on.